Hi everyone, today we're gonna show you something really cool. Basically, we will show you how to automate with AI your business with a new framework that allow you to do that with not necessarily coding skills. If you have, of course, it improves the outcome, but you don't have to have any coding skills. And you can connect yourself with services, APIs, systems, automate your Google Calendar, automate message responses, content creation. You can automate basically everything with just the power of AI and a tool which have been out now for not long, actually very short amount of time, an open source framework called N8n. This framework allow you to build automation for your business with agents, and that is something that is you need to look up for your business in the future because it's gonna automate everything. And to show you this, I'm gonna show you an example of something I built myself for my own business use case, which is basically to edit title, description, and tags of my YouTube channel based on a YouTube ID automatically. Obviously, it's something I can improve even further, the automation, but it's something already built. And I want to guide you step by step overall what is that I've done. So let's dive into it. First of all, as you can see here, we are in the website of the N8n Docs. And if you go to the where to start section, you can understand how to set up this environment. You can it's important. It would be good if you read a little bit about it. You can click to the try it out quick start to understand what to do. And here there is a very good tutorial that you can follow step by step to basically get to your start to use this for the first time. As you can see, you can read yourself, by the way, because I'm going to show you speed up a bit the process. But here there is the guide to construct the workflow of N8n, create a workflow from scratch, understand key concepts and skills, configuring credentials. So basically, is very well done. It shows you an example and how everything works. If you read this, you will just get up and running very fast. By the way, what I did is to clone the repository of N8n to my PC, set up the environment, set up everything, the credentials, the environment variables of the AI that you want to use. For example, myself, I'm using Google Gemini 2.0, not 2.5 at the moment, but probably something I need to update. And everything is written here, how to set up everything. As you can see here, we are in the GitHub page of the N8n, and there is the README file, which allows you to and how to set up everything, how to install the environment, and to set up into your machine. Okay, so by the way, you need to start working with those automations. Three things. One, N8n. How to check information about N8n. I already shown you the documentation, but how to into your PC configure N8n to your PC instead is in this repository, which I will, by the way, write in the description. How to set it up? You can check the README, follow step by step what is written in the README. I advise between the two to use Docker to set it up. I'm not going to go through it because I already did it, and also because it's very clear here. You can follow step by step this, and it will work. Then we'll have a link once you set up this and follow step by step, copy the things to paste in the terminal of the project. So basically, just to say very quickly, you will have to create your own folder into your PC. You will have to open Visual Studio Code into that folder, and then you will need to install Docker. So you have to download Docker on the website. You have to install it, and then you have to install also Node.js. That is some prerequisite. You have to do it. And then you're able to, once you install Docker, you run it, you open it like that, you will be able to open your Visual Studio Code, which is the coding IDE. So this is Docker. You don't have to do anything. Don't get scared if you don't know how to, you don't know Docker. You just open it. Then you go to this guide. You follow step by step. You download Visual Studio Code from its website for Mac, for Windows, whatever you have. And this is a project sample, so don't worry about it. If you wonder yourself, what is this? You just follow, you open Visual Studio Code in general, even empty, you go to the folder you created. So, I don't know, you created a new file here called example. You open that, and this will open an empty Visual Studio Code. Once you do that, you make sure to click this, and you will open the terminal. And now here you can here paste the commands that are written inside here, and it will run Docker. This was the step one. Step two, you need, in order to connect the AI, the APIs with the local PC. This is not possible with the localhost, a URL localhost, which is like is this one, localhost. To to make a URL which is then can be shared publicly and used, there is a tool called Ngrok, which is this one, and you can use it for free, get a guide. Basically, you need to set up Ngrok too. So you sign up, set up, follow the guide in the docs, and then you will be able to convert the URL of N8n to a public one, which will be the one you will use to access N8n. So you will not have a local HTTP colon slash localhost. You have a new URL which can be used publicly, and where you can access APIs. You can, if you want to connect your AI with this tool, you will give this URL to your, for example, if you want to use Google Gemini YouTube API, you will paste the URL, URI, this URL, the Ngrok URL, not the localhost one. This will allow you to connect and use this tool from your PC for free, totally for free. So just log in and you will be able to use this tool. You go to the docs. I follow step by step the quick start for Ngrok that is written here. You see, it will give you this URL. I created basically because I want to this URL to update automatically the local environment. I would then use Gemini to create a bash file which I can run. And my goal was to set up all these commands that you saw in Docker for N8n to run N8n and the one for Ngrok all in one place so that I can simply run that bash file and it runs automatic all those commands one by one and I'm set up. That's what I did to this project. As you can see here, I have a bash file. So in the end, if I run this bash file, it will run all the commands. And okay, obviously because I have both that new, which is not something you need to run the workflow, I will make sure that I cd into the correct folder, but okay, that's why I was not running the command. Simply, I was not into the correct folder. Cd about that DIY, which anyway is the way I renamed the folder. So DIY, I think there's something cd bolt, no bolt. Okay, now I can run this command. It will give me the URL, which is this one, the Ngrok one, with which I can basically run N8n. Then I can insert my details. And as you can see, here we have, that's what N8n is. You can select a workflow. I set up a workflow to update my YouTube video. As you can see, the user interface is actually something very intuitive that anyone could get up and running quite fast. What happened here is that I run a workflow which asks me to update some details of YouTube. It wants me a video ID, keyword, and the title. And once I give this information, it will run a prompt which will connect with the Google Gemini AI, and it will give me the best title, SEO or friendly, the best description, SEO oriented, and also the tags. It will then update the YouTube channel, which basically this tool, with just one click and just filling a form, will give me as an output already the YouTube channel with the title, description, tags, based on the keyword I want to rank for. The title and the video ID, which is the one when I'm uploading the video, which video we want to update. This is super cool. I want just to show the power of this. Probably I will update which a random video, which then I will set to private. So let's update any video I have. Yes, this one, for example. Okay, it gave me some title based on the content I was doing. Let's just set to private. So now, if you go to your videos, you see here there is an ID. So we copy this ID and we go to N8n. We test the workflow, we run the workflow. We add here the ID. Here the keyword is L4.5, which is a Chinese model which beats ChatGPT 4.5. And the title, we get it from the video we were uploading, where it is, here. And we add it here. So now, if I click submit, you will see here that it's running workflow. That's it. Then what I get as a result is, if I refresh this page now, you will see all the changes done on the fly by AI. You see, done. Then, this timestamp, I didn't write the prompt to set it correctly. It's something I can perfection, definitely. But I mean, it's a very good basis. It writes about the argument I want to talk about. It's a good basic basis for the video. You see, the title is SEO oriented, and we have also the tags already filled, the advice tags. Isn't this amazing? Nothing done, pop, in 1 second, done by the tool. So this just done by the power of AI. You can then update it and make your life easier. You can do this for any case scenario you can imagine. So just learn N8n. One tip and trick I could advise you for who doesn't know how to get it. You might ask now, how did I create all these single steps that allow me to do this? One way is to go here and select the correct one, the correct trigger. If you want to add the trigger, this is the trigger. If you want to add any other type of flow, you can add from here, or you can search from here. If there is something about Google Docs, you see, you can do a lot. You can, if you want to interact with Google Calendar, etc. That's why I ask you to check the documentation to understand how this works, because there you can find the answer to all your questions. Let me know, by the way, in the comment if there is something I can respond you specifically. But one tip I would give you is to use ChatGPT or Gemini to help you write the skeleton of the workflow. So what I do is, if you click these three dots and then go to import from file, what you can do, this basically, with this workflow, is not a JSON file that you upload and then you can modify. You can ask Gemini to create an N8n workflow to auto respond to my Google Gmail emails. I don't have a specific use case in mind, but you can get the JSON file and then upload it here, and it will give you a workflow already done. Then the only thing you will have to do is also set a form if you want to set some data yourself, trigger manually, or you want to set a trigger which doesn't I'll ask you to input anything, but it's totally automatic. Then you ask for a manual trigger without any input to be provided. Again, check that how to do that in the guide. But this you will be able to import and in 1 second have a workflow without you having to code, having to set up step by step everything. So AI, as you can see, gave me already a file which I could copy, create a notepad, rename it to .json, and upload it, and almost fully working. Then you see, you might have only to set up your Gmail credential ID, which you can check the guide on the Google API, Google Console API, or whatever API you need to interact with. But you have everything perfectly working. Probably in this case, I would remove the comments which are not needed to your JSON. But you can read here. It is requiring the Gmail credential ID here and here, and your workflow ID. Already the comments say that it will be assigned automatically by N8n. Once you set up the correct API and substitute the ID here, this will be a working workflow already out of the box. That's it. That's how I did anyway to create this. As you can see, it's fully working. At the beginning, you might get some error here and there. It's good practice to just try to dig down a little bit and learn how this works because it's very powerful. You can create automation for your business for any use case. Can be with email, can be with any API, can be with Slack, can be anything you want to automate. You can create different workflows, or you can connect this workflow to another workflow, create agents that automatically run your company, automate the boring stuff that you don't want to do, and make your business more performant, 10 times more performant. That's it for today. I hope this video was useful. If it was, consider to like, subscribe this channel for more content about N8n and about AI in general. Let me know if you want me to cover anything specific about N8n, and see you in the next video.